So, congratulations, Shreyas, for achieving All India Rank 13 in GATE Production and Industrial Engineering Examination. So, would you mind introducing yourself?
Yes, thanks, Kriti. Thanks for inviting me. So my name is Shreyas. Um, I'm basically from Pune. I completed my engineering in mechanical engineering from PCCIR College, Pune. I passed out in 2019, and after which I had a placement, so I did 2 years of my job.
Okay. So, what was your GATE score in GATE 2022 examination?
My GATE score was 838, and out of 100, my marks are 83.
Okay. So, is this your first time attempting GATE examination or second or third?
Yes, okay. So actually, I attempted my first time I attempted GATE exam in 2019. So basically, that was in the fourth year of my engineering. So me and two other friends of mine, we three of us we studied together, and we actually had studied, I think, around a month or so. And after which we attempted our first GATE paper, and after that result, the score was decent, and we thought that we could have done more, and this was always in the back of our minds that that we should attempt this paper again. But at that time, as I had my campus placement, so I took the offer, and then I joined the job. And there I think there in my initial plan was that I will do this for 1 year, because as this job was close to my home, and I was living with my parents, so basically I had no expenses, and most of my salary was going into savings. So then I thought that uh, after doing this for 1 year, I would have saved enough that I could means sustain myself for the next coming 1 or 2 years to do this to do the GATE preparation. But as you know, in 2020 this COVID happened, and then my plan I then postponed my plan for GATE in 2020. And then in 20 at the end of 2020, as the things were improving and everything, then I decided that I will quit my job and give again GATE paper.
Okay. So, when did you start preparing for your examination? Like, you chose
Okay.
your.
Yes,
Please go on.
yes, go ahead.
Okay, so basically, GATE examination, you chose it as a serious career option. So since you think that it is what you want to do in future and this is where it is going to lead you, so when did you start preparing for it?
Okay, so as I said, in the month of December or January 2021, I quit my job, and then I started preparing. My initial plan was to go to Delhi for coaching, and then I would continue my studies there only. But as you know, after the second wave, there were no offline classes as such, and then I decided to do self study. By that time, so basically, what I decided was, if things improve in the month of May or June 2021, then I will think of going to Delhi and attend coaching and everything. But then that didn't happen, and if I went in the month of August or so, then that would have been too late, and then to settle and in new place and do everything, it would take around 15 days of my preparation. So then I decided not to go to any coaching, and then I continued my self study from there itself. So I would say I started preparation from the month of February 21.
Okay. So, Shreyas, there are other option as well. Instead of GATE, you could have gone for CAT or private sector jobs. Like you
Yes.
said, you already took the placement, so you could have continued that as well, right? So, why did you choose GATE over other career options?
Okay, so I always wanted to do higher studies, and GATE exam is a technical exam. So in the GATE paper, whatever you study for example, mechanical or production, so that comes in the paper. In case of CAT, I have not attempted CAT, but I have heard from people that it is based on English and aptitude and quants and everything. So there, I thought that I'm technically sound and good, and therefore I would do that only. That's why I decided GATE. And coming to job, then I basically, for higher studies, I either ways I was not going to do job. Therefore I then decided for GATE.
Okay. So, like, according to you, was GATE 2022 Production and Industrial Engineering exam was difficult, or was it moderate? Like, what was the difficult level according to you?
Okay, so I think PI paper actually this year, sorry, from GATE 2021 itself, what we can do is we can attempt two papers of GATE. So along with my main paper that was mechanical, I could attempt a PI paper as well, and also I had option of giving XC paper. So I decided that I will give a mechanical paper as well as PI paper. So coming to PI paper, and I would say PI paper was very broad, in a sense that the questions they asked were distributed broadly. From every topics that some amount of questions. So if you had skipped one or two topics, then I would say you would have lost 2 to 6 marks as such. And but depth wise it was I think shallow compared to mechanical paper. So that was the difficulty level of the paper.
Okay. So, like, could you please name some books which you followed for GATE preparation?
Okay, so books, I did not refer standard books. I had prepared my mechanical engineering notes in my studies itself, during my engineering itself. So I referred those. Then I referred some of the local author books, and also I referred some standard books in the initial days, but then I got that referring standard books would be too much, and that instead of helping me, it would delay my preparation. So I skipped standard books, and then wherever I thought that I'm getting stuck on any concept or any numerical, then I used to watch YouTube videos. So that helped a lot. And also coming to standard books, I would say that if you are planning to give GATE exam on a wider horizon, like you are in second year and planning to give GATE exam in your fourth year of engineering, so then in that case standard books help a lot. They help in building your concept and everything. But if you have a very shorter duration of say 10 months or 8 months of preparation, then in that case I would say standard books do not help. And also one thing is very important, which I learned, that what to leave is more important than what to do. So how much syllabus should be left, which may not help you means in your preparation, that is very important. So what to leave is more important than what to do.
Okay, so was that your strategy?
Yes, yes. So I basically stuck mostly to what syllabus they have mentioned and they have given, and also to PYQs and test series.
Okay. So, what are some important topics that should be, especially focused? Like you said, you left few topics which you thought, weren't important. So, what are some important
Yes.
topics which you want to highlight right now?
Okay, so I would say maths. First of all, maths is very important because they have specifically mentioned that maths will come for 13 to 15 marks. So that is very important, and those marks I think are comparatively very easy to get. And for maths, you have to do all the previous year questions of your branch also, and other branches also, say for electrical, mechanical, computer science, and all. So do that, and that maths will be very easy, and you will score more. So first of all maths, then second is manufacturing. So for manufacturing, what I feel is manufacturing is not a conceptually deep subject, and it is mostly numerical based. So most of the questions might be tricky, but most questions are formula based, and you basically put the formula and get the answer. Such kinds of question are there. So I feel those two are very scoring subjects. Then coming to thermal sciences and design, so these two subjects are I think conceptually very deep, and you should have good knowledge of those subjects to score more marks in those.
Okay. So, when the examination is close, So you got all panic and everything, and you're nervous about your examination. So what was your revision strategy? Because we know when exam is near, we can't actually go through every topic and every line we have read through our books. So how did you go for that revision?
Okay, so for revision strategy, see, first of all, revision has to be done parallel with your preparation, with new topics, right? So, so I started in the month of I completed one full subject in the month of April, and after that, during second subject, what I used to do in a week. From 7 days, I would divide those 7 days into 2 parts. 5 days I would do new topics, and 2 days I would do revision. So in that revision, what I used to do was, one day I will study entire subject, and then the second day I would solve all the PYQs and test series and all for that particular subject. So I did these two things in the initial days, and then afterwards what I used to do is, after completing a number of subjects, like 4 or 5 subjects, then I reduced the I increased the actually revision time, and reduced my new subject preparation time. So that helped a lot, and my advice would be, do revisions from the starting itself. Don't think that, let this 3-4 months go, I will prepare new subjects only, and then after 4 months I will again start with the first subject that I did. So that will not help. That would result in you starting that subject all over again. So do revision parallelly.
Okay. So, like everything, revision strategy or making notes, reading books are important. But when you are in that examination hall and you are nervous that yes, you are going to give a competitive examination, you don't know how to manage. Like there are different questions, in different topics. So, what was your strategy for attempting those questions? Because I think attempting question in an examination hall when you're all nervous is very important, because that is what you're going to do, because there are students who get anxiety and panic attacks during examination. So what was your
Right.
strategy, like because of which you dealt with and attempted all the questions?
Okay, so before going into exam, every student, I think, gives full length mock test series, right? So that is the gist of the exam itself. So practice that as much as possible, and in the real exam conditions as possible. So in the exam hall, your mouse might not work, your screen might not work. So practice those scenarios also, and coming to the actual exam, writing exam. So I strategized my exam in during my full length test series itself. So first I what I used to do was, I use three-phase rule. So what this does is, you start with simple questions. Whatever difficult questions you think are whatever questions you think are difficult, that you skip, and do it in the second round of the questions. So that way you complete the entire paper, and do this. But this strategy might work, might not work. So in my case it did not work. And so I understood this in the initial 3-4 test series that I gave. I was being very confused during these by following these strategies, which question is difficult, which question is easy. So what I did was, I solved aptly first. Then coming to technical section, I did technical all questions one by one, and I tried to reach 65th question in the last 25 minutes. When last 25 minutes were remaining, my target was to reach 65th question with some 3-4 questions that were skipped. So this was my strategy during test series, and this helped me a lot. So what happened in the real exam was, I completed my paper, I reached 65th question in 1 hour 50 minutes. So I had basically 70 minutes to spare, and I think I had 5 or 6 questions that were skipped, or that I found difficult and couldn't solve in that time. So 70 minutes and 5-6 questions. So that was very easy for me. So then I went back to those questions, I solved those questions, and also after solving those questions, I again checked the paper. I found two mistakes in my exam in my paper, and then I rectified those also. And overall that was good. In that entire paper I skipped two questions. One was from thick cylinder and other one was some blow molding questions. So 3 marks question I skipped, and other 97 I had attempted, 97 marks I had attempted. I scored 83, and then those 14 marks were basically my silly mistakes and all.
Okay, so we have heard, that when competitive examination are near, there are people who are spending, I think, 12 to 13 hours, on their study table, making notes and all over their laptop and everything. So what was your daily timetable, or how many hours you devoted, like every day, for the preparation of GATE examination?
Okay, my daily timetable was so first of all, I did not study for 10-12 hours on daily basis, because I knew that this I have a 10-month horizon to prepare, and in that if I saturate myself with studying for 10 or 12 hours daily, that won't work for me. So this is not a sprint or a 100-meter race. This is a full length marathon, right? So I did not do that. I used to study for 6 hours with breaks of one hour in between. So in the morning, I divided my day in 3 sessions: morning, afternoon, and evening session. So for morning session, I would in the initial days I would do new topic. I would either watch some lectures or read my notes and everything. And in the afternoon session, when you're drowsy and sleepy, and then at that time I would solve PYQs and questions. And in the evening session, I would again revise the whatever I did in the morning. So I did this daily, and I took two subjects parallelly. So what I did was, I did my technical subjects as well as maths in the parallel. So out of the 7 days, 2 days were for revision, 5 days were for doing new topics. So in those 5 days, I had 2 days for maths and 3 days for my technical subjects like manufacturing, thermal design. So I did this, and then during the last 2 months I increased my study duration from 6 hours to say 9 hours, or maximum 10 hours, but I never crossed 10 hours.
Okay. So, would you like to share or give any suggestion for GATE production and industrial engineering aspirants?
Yes, sure. For the basically what you have to do is, first of all, cut the distractions. So I also made this mistake in the initial days. I was reluctant to leave social media and all. And then I had this in September, I think in September 2021, I had my bark exam in between my studies. So that taught me a lot. So that didn't go well for me. And then what happened was, then I realized that this is not going the way I want to. So I cut first of all my distractions. Like social media, or going out with friends and all. So I cut this down to zero basically. And then this is one advice. And then second advice is, basically, when you're studying, you might get stuck on something. So ask people, find solutions, and ask basically your friends and all. And also one thing is, don't overstudy. That is also one thing that will affect you, that you're in a very panic situation and you're studying, and you are not planning. Basically this happens when you don't plan properly. So this also happened with me, I think during the month of November. Because what happened was, I completed my entire syllabus. Now November, December, and January, these 3 months were there for me for revision itself. But this transition from doing new topic to going full into revision, this here I could not plan that properly, and for the 15 days I suffered a lot, because I was panicking a lot, and I overstudied basically. And then at one point I was so saturated that whatever I studied was not getting to me. So this also happens, and if this is happening to you, then what you do is you just take complete break from studies for one day, then reschedule your entire, I mean reschedule, think that is this necessary, what you're doing, is this not necessary, cut down, and then go again for studying. So basically, if you do this, then it will be good for your preparation.
Okay. So thank you, Shreyas. And again, congratulations for achieving All India Rank 30 in GATE engineering examination.
Thank you.